Happiness is a habit. Most people treat happiness like a finish line. They think, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, or I'll finally feel happy when I lose weight. But this way of thinking makes happiness feel like it's always out of reach. No matter what you achieve, there's always another goal, another milestone, or another hurdle. Here's the truth. Happiness isn't something you arrive at. It's something you live. It's not a prize waiting for you after you've achieved success. It's a habit you can cultivate every single day. When you stop chasing happiness and start practicing it, you realize that joy isn't tied to external events or future outcomes. It's something you can create in the present moment, no matter what's happening in your life. And the best part, anyone can make happiness a habit with just a few simple shifts. The trap of I'll be happy when. Many of us fall into the trap of conditional happiness. It sounds like this: I'll be happy when I buy my dream house, or once I find the perfect relationship, I'll finally feel content. The problem with this mindset is that it ties your happiness to external circumstances, things that may take months, years, or even a lifetime to achieve. And often, even when you reach these milestones, the happiness is short-lived. You feel excited for a moment, but then the novelty wears off, and you're left chasing the next big thing. This keeps you in a cycle of postponing happiness, always waiting for someday instead of appreciating today. The reality is, if you can't find happiness in the present moment, you won't find it in the future either. Let's think about an example. Imagine someone who says, I'll be happy when I get a higher paying job. They work hard, land the job, and feel thrilled at first. But soon, they find themselves stressed about new responsibilities or dreaming of an even higher salary. Their happiness fades because it was tied to an external achievement, not an internal mindset. Why happiness is a habit? Happiness isn't something that happens to you, it's something you create. Think of it like building a muscle. You don't get physically stronger by going to the gym once. You have to work on it consistently. The same principle applies to happiness. You have to make it a habit, something you practice daily, even when life feels hard or ordinary. The good news is that happiness doesn't require major life changes. You don't need a new job, a new house, or a new relationship to feel happy. Instead, it's about shifting your perspective, focusing on what's good, and creating small moments of joy in your everyday life. Here are some practical ways to cultivate the habit of happiness. 1. Focus on gratitude. Gratitude is one of the simplest and most effective ways to practice happiness. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you train your brain to notice the good in your life instead of dwelling on the negative. Start by creating a daily gratitude practice. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Small things matter, too. Maybe it's a kind text from a friend, the warmth of the sun on your face, or the smell of your morning coffee. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to focus on the positives, making it easier to feel happy, even on challenging days. 2. Celebrate small wins. Happiness isn't just about big achievements. It's also about appreciating the small victories. Life is made up of ordinary moments, so why not celebrate them? Did you finish a task you've been putting off? Celebrate it. Did you drink enough water today? Acknowledge it. Did you make time to call a loved one? That's a win. Recognizing these small successes helps you feel accomplished and fulfilled on a daily basis. It reminds you that happiness isn't reserved for major life events. It's something you can find in the little things. 3. Stay present. One of the biggest obstacles to happiness is living anywhere but the present moment. Too often, we get stuck dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But the past is unchangeable, and the future is uncertain. The only thing you can control is the present moment. When you learn to live in the now, you open yourself up to the joy that's all around you. A great way to practice this is through mindfulness. You don't need to spend hours meditating. Just start by paying attention to your surroundings. Notice how your feet feel on the ground, how the air smells, or how your food tastes. By grounding yourself in the present, you can let go of regrets about the past and fears about the future, creating space for happiness to flourish. 4. Reframe negative thoughts. No one is happy all the time. Negative thoughts and emotions are a natural part of life. But how you respond to those thoughts can make all the difference. The next time you catch yourself thinking something negative, try reframing it. For example, instead of saying, "I'm terrible at this," you could say, "I'm learning and improving every day." Reframing doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing a perspective that empowers you instead of dragging you down. With practice, you can train yourself to see challenges as opportunities and setbacks as lessons. 5. Let go of perfectionism. Many people tie their happiness to the idea of being perfect. They think, I'll be happy when my life is flawless. But perfection is an impossible standard, and chasing it only leads to stress and disappointment. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for progress. Celebrate how far you've come, even if you're not where you want to be yet. Accept that mistakes are a normal part of life, and often, they're where the best lessons come from. When you let go of the need to be perfect, you free yourself to enjoy the journey instead of stressing over the destination. 6. Build connections and spread kindness. Happiness isn't just about what happens inside you. It's also about how you connect with others. Acts of kindness, whether big or small, can boost your mood and strengthen your relationships. Send a kind text to a friend. Compliment a coworker's effort. Hold the door for a stranger. These small acts of kindness don't just make others feel good. They make you feel good too. Studies have shown that strong social connections are one of the biggest factors in long-term happiness. So, invest time in your relationships and build a sense of community. Happiness is a skill. Happiness isn't something that magically appears. It's a skill you can build with practice. The more you focus on gratitude, celebrate small wins, and live mindfully, the more natural happiness becomes. And remember, happiness doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges. Bad days and tough situations are inevitable. But even in hard times, you can choose how you respond. By focusing on what you can control, your perspective, your actions, you can find joy, even in the midst of difficulty. Happiness is in your hands. At the end of the day, happiness isn't something you wait for or chase. It's something you create. When you stop tying your happiness to external achievements, you free yourself to enjoy the life you have right now. So stop thinking, I'll be happy when. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do to practice happiness today? Look for the good, no matter how small. Celebrate your progress, let go of perfection, and stay present. Happiness is a habit, and the best part? It's a habit you can start building right now.